Are you seeking approval? Because you're gonna need it if you're getting a mortgage loan. My name is Ubaldo Leon, AKA Scooter, and I'm principal at Cross Country Mortgage. Today, we're gonna talk about the pre-approval process and why it is so important to your home purchase process. Now, some people will say, okay, well, I have a credit score of 800. Why do you need to look at my credit? Well, okay, let's talk about that. We talked about in our previous videos that even though you may think your credit score is 800 because Experience.com or Credit Karma or one of those outlets has told you that it's 800, when we pull your mortgage credit, that algorithm might be different. And so that score that I see on my side may be different than the 800 that you're seeing. So if you want to go ahead and visit that content, look at that video. However, there are other things on your credit report we're going to look into deeply when we work on your loan pre-approval. First and foremost, we're going to look at your minimum payments on credit cards, those liabilities that you have, like your car note, student loans. Those are going to go into what we call your qualifying debt to income ratio. That's how much you're spending on a monthly basis versus how much you're making on a monthly basis. And so we're going to get all of those things and import them from your credit and work on those calculations. Now, if you're applying for a loan that's larger than the conforming loan limit in your area, we're going to be looking at different guidelines for a jumbo loan. It's called a jumbo loan whenever you exceed that limit. So most jumbo lenders will require that you have 3 trade lines open and active for at least 12 months. So some of you may say, oh, well, I closed all my credit cards, or I only have 1 credit card. Isn't that great because I don't have a lot of debt? Actually, it's not great. They want to see that you've got that established credit history. So when we're doing a jumbo loan, we're looking for that as well. And then there are other factors that go into your overall credit scoring models that we're going to be looking at, but those 2 that I mentioned are the most important. So we're going deeper into the pre-approval process. Some people will say, oh, I don't know if I'm ready yet. Do I need to pre-approve now because I haven't even found a house? The answer is yes. There's never a right time. If you're thinking about it, you should do it. You should prepare for it. When you have kids, most of us didn't know when we might have kids in our life. We just knew that's what we wanted, and then we had kids. When we did any major milestone in our life, sometimes it's meticulously planned out, but most of the time it's not. And adulting takes that courage to just take the next step. So the pre-approval process is the next step into owning a home. What happens when you pre-approve and then you don't find a property for a while? Because some people are like, oh, I'll just wait until I find something. Well, that's not really going to work because you'll find your dream home on a random Saturday afternoon and then be scrambling to get all your documents into a lender, have to call them into the office on their weekend and work up your file. That's me, by the way. And it just becomes a stressful process. And then you're negotiating with the seller on top of that. Doing your pre-approval early takes all of that component of the stress out of the equation and makes the process fun and enjoyable. Now, if you don't find something right after you get pre-approved, that's okay. My second point is that pre-approvals can last for as long as you need them to. So every 30 to 45 days, we update the pay stubs, we update the bank statements, and we're in like Flynn. We're good for another 45 days. So I've had clients looking for property for a year before they found something, and it's just the way it goes. You're gonna know when it's the right one, but your pre-approval can follow you through that journey. Thirdly, pre-approval before you go into any shopping situation is essential. No experience, now I'm using the word experience because those newbie realtors who are hungry will take you out without a doubt if you want to go out with them. They got nothing else to do. But an experienced agent that is going to take you out to look at any properties or tour is what we call it in the industry. They're going to require your pre-approval letter before you step foot on any property. Why is that? What's the big deal? Like, what's this piece of paper even mean? Well, first of all, you're not window shopping. Let's say, for instance, you find the property of your dreams on that random Saturday and you make an offer without a pre-approval letter, you get that property into escrow. The listing agent is going to move that property from an active listing to pending sale on what we call the MLS. That's what all the realtors look at the inventory in the market on. Now, that property is now off the market, okay? Then you go and you try to get your loan after the fact because you didn't pre-approve and take your time to do that, and you don't qualify. Mentally, you've moved your furniture in, you've moved your kids in if you have them, you've moved your entire life into this property, and now you don't qualify for it. How disheartening is that? We don't want to put you in that position. The realtors don't want to put you in that position. So getting pre-approved before you go out and look at property, ensuring that you're not window shopping, is the most important thing that you can do to avoid that pitfall. Not only that, that seller took that property off the market. They put it back on the market after the fact, and now anyone else looking at the MLS is thinking, oh, something's wrong with that property. It's back on the market now. I can go ahead and do a lowball offer, or take advantage of that seller. So there are bigger consequences than most people even realize to going into an offer situation without a pre-approval letter. So make sure that you're getting pre-approved. It can follow you through the journey. It can help you fix bumps along the road with your credit. We can give you recommendations on what to do to improve yourself while you're searching for homes. Listen, if you thought this content was helpful, then I'm here for you. Go ahead and give me a call and we can start your journey to home buying now. I know it's a daunting process, but you've got me and my entire team here. And if you like what you saw, comment below. My link is in my bio. Please reach out anytime. I'm here for it.